Hello world, I am Shepard Knightley. This is Family Friendly D&D, and I like to talk about rules I play with my kids as a parent and as a teacher. Today specifically, I'm talking about non-combat encounters. So this channel originally started as just me trying to get used to talking from a video, me getting used to giving lessons as a teacher and stuff like that. And I set a certain number for me to do every week. And it's not the highest quality, it's not the best content, so those who are viewing, I do appreciate your patience as I grow and learn how to do this better every time. At least that's the plan, to do it better every time. I don't know, you be the judge of that. But today I want to talk about how I've been creating my own system. I have this a game design process. I'm in the process of writing it up, and one of the things I feel strongest about with the strengths of my system and me as a GM is non-combat encounters. Before I get into that though, I'd like you to subscribe to this channel. If you're a parent, cool uncle, teacher, anyone who wants to share this awesome hobby with younger people, then go ahead and subscribe. But either way, let's get into the meat of the video. So, non-combat encounters, one of the benefits to them is that they're less limited by mechanics. It's easier to role play and it's more natural to role play in non-combat than in combat. So if you're playing with kids and you ask them what to do and you give them hints of someone being rude to them or a character, not NPC, being mysterious or whatever it is, it's easier for them to understand and get in a flow without rolling a bunch of dice. And that's also the reason why I don't have, I always want to say students, I don't have my kids use a stat of intelligence or use a stat of charisma. I just kind of that one mind stat, or what now I'm calling will or willpower with the kids. And so they're as clever and intelligent or as charismatic as they role play. Like, that's their job. The shy, quiet kid is not going to play the super outgoing, charismatic bard unless they come out of their shell and they do so, which I'd rather that than this weird, fake role and I just make up what happens and try to illustrate it. That's the kid's job to illustrate it. So what I like is that you don't have this inhibition of rolling and mechanics. You're just playing the game. It's like this theatrical game. It's almost like improv. And the second thing I like doing is, or the second reason why I like non-combat encounters, and I'll give some example of really good ones, is it breaks this habit of people want to play D&D and just be murder hobos, and there is a place for that, but with the younger people, well, even with younger people, there's a place for murder hoboing. But what I like about non-combat encounters is that you can build tension and story, and really that's where most tension and story comes from. That's why I include a heart point system instead of a hit point system. I've talked about this in other videos. Hearts demonstrate how brave the person is, how much courage they have at that moment, not how hurt they are, so I don't have to do blood and guts. So when you fail at something like climbing up a tree, you fail at disarming a trap, you fail at making a deal with someone, you fail at intimidating something. Okay, I got interrupted. Let me get back on track. So non-combat encounters can take away heart points even if someone's not getting damaged by taking away their courage. This is how brave you are. And I tell the students, I tell the kids, you have max hit points. You are as brave as you can be. You're as courageous as you can be. If you get lower, and you start having 2 hit points left, then keep that in mind. Your courage is hurt. Your bravado is hurt. And so you need to role play that. And so that also adds this a bit of role playing. And there's 2 types of role playing that I like to do. There's many types of role playing, and there's many types of non-combat encounters. They can be NPC and non-NPC. So these are the main, the 2 basic 4, because there's 2. Let me start over. You have You have NPC encounters, and then you have non-NPC encounters, and then in each of those I branch. There's 2 I like to do a lot of within those 2 types. So let's focus on non-NPC encounters. I like to do exploration. Your party comes across something and they see a monument or an enchanted woods or a garden in the middle of a desert, and there's nothing around but maybe crows or something. And just let them explore and come up with their own ideas of what's going on. Let them interact with that environment. That's number one. Number two is with non-NPC encounters, I like to do things like booby traps, traps, pitfalls, and, the statues that blow darts, things like that. Let your characters, let your players really interact with those two things and overcome those two things. So that's non-combat encounters that are with no NPCs. Then there's the NPC ones, and this one for you, the GM, is most likely to be the most fun because you can play a character. So there's really two types. There's the non-threatening and the threatening. Or even, I don't even like to break it down like that. I like to call it funny and serious. So I have a character, regular NPC. My character, my party, a go-to world that I have created is called Awesome Town, USA. The kids live in Awesome Town or Hometown, depending on which world which party I'm playing with, so I can differentiate my notes in my own head. Anyway, Town Hall is filled with a bunch of monkeys, and Mr. Mayor, which is a non-speaking gorilla in a rolled up dress shirt and tie and all that. That's a non-threatening, non-combat encounter anytime they have to go to Town Hall. It's monkeys pretending to do work, filing papers, thinking they're humans. Mr. Mayor is a grumpy boss, makes sure people do things. And as long as you wear a monkey costume, he thinks you're an employee. I like that encounter for multiple reasons. A lot of hooks come from that. There's a lot of things happening in Town Hall. Everyone else in town treats it like Town Hall. The kids the players are the only ones who really seem to realize that this is there's something odd to this. So that's a non-threatening NPC non-combat encounter. That's a long title. Then, of course, there's the threatening non-combat encounter. So an example of that is if your player venture into something like a fungal jungle. I like to do fungal jungles for some reason. I like the name of fungal jungle. You're in a fungal jungle. In a fungal jungle, there's mushrooms, there's mushroom people, there's pods going off pores, there's eye stalks coming out of plants and staring at you. Anytime you trip or stumble or make a fail in any kind of check, survival check, nature check, whatever skill you're trying to do, some consequence happens that things get more tense. There's more stress on the players. I really like that. And you can attract enemies and monsters to you. But the initial encounter in that environment, I like to view the environment a lot of times as its own NPC. In fact, I'll probably do a video on working with the environment, and the channel Runehammer, Brandon Skillhammer, or Hanker Infernal, whatever name he goes by at that time, he does a great video called Environmentalism or something. I probably messed up, but I was really inspired by that. I've taken it a step further in my own game design, but check out that first. And you can always come back and check out mine when I make mine. An NPC not going in combat, but threatening to bring doom to someone or something or to the party is a threatening non-combat encounter. And there could be a lot of fun role-playing in game out of that without there being combat. So, there's things to do besides being a murder hobo when playing a tabletop role-playing game. I just realized this whole time, I always wonder when I watch my videos why my eyes aren't on the camera. It's because I'm looking at the wrong end of the camera. This is where the camera would be, but I want to look at here, which is just where it plugs in. Again, I'm trying to get better at this. And so I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you leave a thumbs up if you like this video. If you didn't like it, then please dislike it. I don't care. Email me at shepherdnightly if you'd like to get a hold of me. If you leave a comment, I will reply to it. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Until then, fight the good fight.